Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, welcome to Story Time. Happy Wednesday wherever you're joining us from. Welcome, thank you so much for being here with us. I am glad as always we're here together for another amazing story, to enjoy it and to share together, and of course to remind each other of all those good things out there, and also to learn together. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Story Time. I hope you are having a wonderful day, whatever time it is where you are, and I'm glad that you're here spending a few minutes of your day with us on Story Time. I am glad we're here together and we're reading a very, very good book indeed. Let me see if I can get my lighting right. And this one is called Hands Around the Library, Protecting Egypt's Treasured Books. Yes, and we're reading this one with permission of Dial Books, an imprint of Penguin Random House. And it is a good one indeed. I am excited to share this one with you. Thank you so much for being here. It is written by Susan L. Roth and illustrations by Karen Leggett ABOURAYA. Good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Hands Around the Library. Yes, protecting Egypt's treasured books. Join in for this one. Get comfortable. It is a good one indeed. Thank you so much for being here. And please, as always, let me know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you today. Yes, the more the merrier indeed. Let us read together. And of course, let this not be the only book that we read today. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Excited for the great books that we have this week. A wonderful lineup that is awaiting the rest of it too, that awaits. And of course, join us again next week. More stories to come. But for today, we have this one, Hands Around the Library, Protecting Egypt's Treasured Books. Yes, it is a good one. I am excited for this one. Let us see who is with us this morning, joining us for Story Time. Oh, Ellie Riser, how are you doing today? Abraham, joining us out in sunny Andrew, and you say good morning, happy Wednesday. Yes, it is cloudy out here, but it looks like it'll be clearing out later on. Thank you so much for joining in, Abraham, Humphrey, and Terry. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I hope you're enjoying your breakfast or just enjoying Story Time. Absolutely love it that you are here with us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Welcome to Story Time. Good morning to you. One more time, Abraham, Humphrey, and of course, Terry. Good morning to you. How are you doing, Sarah and Nathan out in sunny Illinois? Oh, thank you so much for joining in. Good first day of fall, absolutely. And I hope that you enjoy it. It sounds like it is a great day so far out there. We love the stories. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And Sarah and Nathan, remember too that if you have books that you would like me to read on Story Time, please do send them to me so that send me the titles so I can look into them and see if we can bring them here on Story Time. Thank you so much for that, Sarah and Nathan, and of course Amanda West out in Illinois. Good morning to you and welcome to Story Time. Yes, we have our hands around the library today. I'm excited for this one. I hope you are too. Good morning to you, Rocco, Clay, and Chriselle. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. It is a happy day. Happy to be here and with us today. Well, thank you so much for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. I am sure everybody out there appreciates your positive vibes too. Thank you so much for joining us from Long Beach, California. One more time, Clay, Rocco, and Chriselle. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining in. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning to you, Miss Ingrid, out in Patagonia, Argentina. And you're saying happy Wednesday, happy spring out in Argentina. Well, thank you for sharing that and for reminding me too that it's reversed seasons over there. Thank you so much for joining in as always, Miss Ingrid. Looking forward to our event on Saturday. Let's connect very soon and see what we can do together. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you, Miss Ingrid, and the Reading Club out in Argentina. Good morning to you. How are you doing today, Karen? Thank you so much for joining us in Northern California. Yes, everything. Love books, love libraries. Oh, thank you. Love a good story time too. Thank you so much. Oh, Karen, love you back. Thank you so much for joining in story time. Big moon outside right now. Well, I wish I could hop out and see it, but I would definitely be looking up to the sky as I leave this morning. Thank you so much for joining in, Karen, and I hope you're enjoying your time out there in Northern California. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good morning to you, Karen Wilkinson, one more time. Thank you for being here. All right, we're going to get started with our story for today. It is an exciting one. Hands around the library. Yes, I'm trying to get my lighting correct. All right, there we go. Protecting Egypt's treasured books. This one is written by Susan L. Roth and Karen Leggett ABOURAYA, and we're reading it with permission of Dial Books, an imprint of Penguin Random House. Yes, I am excited to share this one. Let us get ready. Please get comfortable. Grab what you need. Is it your coffee? Is it your orange juice? Is it your cereal? Whatever you're having at this time. And if it's later in the day, whatever snack you're having, if you have one, please do bring it close and enjoy this wonderful story that we have together. But before then, here we go.
Hey, this is Timothy Goodspeed of the Soapbox Salute. I'm the one who wrote Storytime's theme song. If you'd like to hear more of my protest folk music, you can check out the links below on Instagram or at my website. You are watching Storytime with Mr. Lamada.
Welcome back. Thank you, Timothy Dixon there. And please do follow him and listen to his music. Beautiful music indeed. And if you can, go back to New Year's Day. He was live here on Storytime, and you get to listen to some of that music. All right, here we go. Getting started. Hands around the library. Protecting Egypt's treasured books. Written by Susan L. Roth and Karen Leggett ABOURAYA. And we're reading this one with permission of Dial Books, an imprint of Penguin Random House. And just a reminder, too, that there will be no recording of this one after today. So please enjoy it when you can. And, of course, find it at your local library. Ask for it at your school. All right. Hands around the library. What is this story about? Protecting Egypt's treasured books. Written by Susan L. Roth and Karen Leggett ABOURAYA. And read with permission of publishers Dial Books, an imprint of Penguin Random House. Here we go. Once upon a time, not a long time ago, many people in Egypt were sad and sometimes angry because they were not free to speak, or vote as they wished, or gather in groups. They knew about freedom, but only from books or the internet or whispers inside these safe walls of the Alexandria Library. That wouldn't be fun, would it? Egypt's young people decided it was finally time to let their voices be heard. And so they began to march in the streets. And if you're old enough to remember then, that was quite a movement. First, they marched in Cairo, but soon they marched in Alexandria too. They raised their voices, and many others followed. Yeah. I am part of this story. I marched in Alexandria too. I was excited and hopeful, but I was also scared. In other parts of our city, some of the protesters had acted in anger. They had set fire to cars, to the police station. As we marched toward the library, I grew worried. What if they tried to burn it down? Oh no, what would we do then? Oh, I hope the library is safe. But also, most importantly, I hope the people are safe. Our Alexandria Library, built on the ashes of our ancient famous one, is the most beautiful modern building in all of Egypt. Our ancient Egyptian stories are kept alive here in the books and in the carved stone and shimmering glass of the building itself. We were free inside the library, even when we were not free outside. We could not let our Alexandria Library burn. I was surrounded by the sounds of pounding feet and shouting voices. Maybe it was the noise of peaceful people demanding freedom, but maybe the people were so angry that they would hurt each other, hurt me, or hurt our library. Would that happen? Thousands of us were marching for freedom, as if caught on a wave from the Mediterranean Sea. Dr. Ishmael Saragodin, the library director, saw us approaching. The library has no gates that can be locked. He called out, "The doors are all glass. There is nothing that prevents anybody from destroying this building with all its treasures, except the will of the people." What would they do? How can they protect the library? What do you think? The marchers pushed together, closer and closer to the library. The crowd surged around me on the sidewalk, shouting and waving signs. We were in front of the library. We were on the library steps. The shouting grew louder. Then a young man broke from the marchers. He ran up the steps to Dr. Saragodin. Oh, what was he going to do? And he took hold of the director's hand. What? A young girl followed. She took Dr. Saragodin's other hand. And then there were 5, and then 6, then 7, then 10, all holding hands, protecting the library. Wow. Would their job, would they be enough to protect the library? Then I too broke into the chain that was stretching farther and farther, turning around the library, reaching toward the sea. Wow. When some of the marchers spread a huge Egyptian flag across the steps, people cried together, "We love you, Egypt." A little boy held up another Egyptian flag. It was twice as tall as he was. He waved it right in front of Dr. Ishmael Saragodin. A smile crinkled the director's face as he spoke. "Thank you for protecting our library with us. Go forth into the journey of your lives and create a better world." "Thank you," he said, his voice catching a little. "Thank you from the bottom of my heart." Aww. That day, the whole world heard his words and watched our Alexandria Library, our Bibliotheca Alexandrina, with all our people holding hands in the perfect circle surrounding it. And because together we all protected our Bibliotheca Alexandrina, once upon a time, not a long time ago, the library still stands today, holding all of our stories. Yay. The end. And those are some of the pictures in the book there of the protests and the library itself. I am so glad you were able to join in. And of course, if you want to read more, there's a lot more information in the back about all the information about that library and of course the work that has been done there. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you're inspired. It is a beautiful book indeed. Hands Around the Library, showing the power of people and what can happen when we come together and work together. Thank you so much for being here for this one today. Hands Around the Library, protecting Egypt's treasured books. Great work done there. And it is written by Susan L. Roth and Karen Leggett, ABOURAYA. Thank you so much for joining in today. And as you're going out there, please let us remember to do what we can, help out our libraries when we can. And also, of course, remember that the libraries are there for us. Many resources can be found at the library. So use them, protect them, love them. Yes, indeed. And also remember, as we're reading stories out there, do tell your story as well. It is important. We want to hear it. You are part of the fabric of this world. So let us learn about you. Let us know about you and let us know about everything that you do. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely love that we were here together to share that wonderful book. Yes, this one, Hands Around the Library. And a big thank you, of course, to Dial Books and Penguin Random House for letting us read that one here today. After today, it will not be recorded, it will not be alive, but I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that you can enjoy it for as long as it is up today. Thank you so much for being here. Please find it at your local library, but we're not done. Storytime is back again tomorrow and we'll be reading another exciting book. And this one is by a good friend of mine, Marion Blackstone Tabner, and we will be reading Taking Turns. Yes, find out what this one is all about. What are Moon and Sun up to tomorrow? Do join in and find out what this whole story is about. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. I am glad we're able to spend time together and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope that, yes, this kicks off a beautiful day and indeed positive vibes all the way. Thank you for being here. Let us see one more time who joined us this morning and got to enjoy that lovely story indeed. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you. It is a great story indeed. Thank you so much for joining in. Miss Ingrid out in Argentina, Patagonia. Enjoy your spring. Thank you so much for joining us today. Karen, one more time. Thank you for joining us. Absolutely love books, love libraries, story time. Yes to all of those. And love you back, Karen. Thank you so much for joining in story time. I hope that you have a wonderful day indeed. Rocco, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining in. Chriselle, thank you for joining us. And of course, Clay, I hope you enjoy it. Happy that you were here with us. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Sarah and Nathan, good morning to you one more time. And of course, Amanda West, I hope you enjoy this beautiful day out there in sunny Illinois where you are. Abraham, thank you for joining us. Humphrey and Terry, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you have a great day indeed. Thank you. This has been Storytime for today. We're back tomorrow, like I said, when we will be taking turns. Yes, important lessons await us tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Please have yourselves a wonderful day. And remember, just like those people in there, like I was saying, the will of the people, let it prevail. Our leaders are elected to serve us. Let us make sure that we're holding them accountable and we make sure that we're making a better world out there for everybody, not just for a select few. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Yes, we have a lot to do. Duty is out there. Let us hold our leaders accountable. Let us go out there and make a difference. It matters. Every little thing that we do matters. You are important. Your story is important. Please go out and shine your light. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Much love from me. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.